Welcome to our new show. I would like to officially apologise for the artwork created by our very own commercial director, Ross Garrity. Ross, what is that? Bubble trouble, we are here. Fight Camp has just thrown up so much fun and games so far, including my little gaff earlier on the TV with a Shimon mother, that one, which is quite embarrassing, much to everybody's amusement around here. We've got one day to go till the big reveal at Fight Camp up at the Matchroom HQ. I'm delighted to be joined by my first guest, Dave Coldwell. Dave, you've been taking the mickey out of me as well today. Great moments.
I think everybody has, mate. I think everybody has.
It's been a funny old week, hasn't it? Like, it's almost, some people have called it a prison camp. Chris Sanagar's been walking up and down there with his friends, you know. But I think for a fighter, I guess not too different from that regimental lifestyle being in camp.
No, I mean, I can only speak for my fighter, Jordan Gill, and he said, you know, he's quite used to that. You know, like you say, fighters are used to being held up, isolated, you know, restricted on what they can eat, what they can do. So really, it's not really been that bad for them. It's more a case of us lot, you know. But it is what it is. We're here for a job, and you know, that's the main thing.
I've been trying to sell this throughout, and I keep sort of putting in people's minds about no crowds and underperforming, overperforming. Do you go along with that, or is that just rubbish? You think that in this environment, some are going to underperform, some are going to overperform? 100%,
because you have an element of fighters out there that are actually gym fighters. So I can speak for that, right? Because I saw it with Johnny Nelson, I saw it with myself, where in the gym you look pretty good, and then you go out under the bright lights, the big arenas and the big crowds, and then you go within yourself and you're putting a break on yourself and you don't perform to the best of your ability. Also, there's another element of fighters that I worry for. You know, people like Conor Benn, Derek Chisora, that you know, really get the juices going from the crowd, from the atmosphere, the roar of, you know, and all the noise. How would, you know, if they end up having to box behind closed doors, how would they cope with it? And you know, there's some fighters here that on this series of the first 4 shows where you look at it and you think, oh, I wonder how they're gonna handle things. A lot of the opponents, where maybe they're not used to boxing on TV, big crowds and things like that, they might thrive on this because they've got nothing to lose. People don't know who they are. They're coming up, you know, somebody like a Nathan Bennett fighting Dalton Smith. He pops up, this is his big moment, but there's no pressure of crowds and things. And when you get in there, it may just be an atmosphere similar to sparring. You know, I try to create that in our final spars, where normally we have music and there's a bit of an atmosphere in the gym. The last 2 spars, I didn't allow anybody else in the gym, you know, the fighters or anything like that, unless it was the guy that was Jordan sparring, his sparring partner, his trainer over in the other corner, just myself, no music, no nothing. And we try to create that where it's, all you're hearing is the breathing, you're hearing the punching, and you don't know if some fighter's going to cope with that.
Well, there are 5 favourites in these contests, your man being one of them. We won't talk too much about that fight, I think we've done that now. But when you look at the other 4 fights as well, Fabio Wardley, careful because he's standing over there.
A bit bigger than me as well.
Dalton Smith, James Tennyson and Ted Cheeseman. Can you look past those guys? Do you believe that there's going to be an upset in those 4 fights as well? I think you would fancy those guys yourself.
Yeah, you do. But the thing that we like about boxing is when it's not prospect against journeyman, top, you know, champion against just an handpicked opponent. In that respect, 9 times out of 10, it's like, you know what's going to happen. In these fights, plus we've got the whole element of lockdown. How's the preparation been? What have they missed? What they'd normally get? How's the mentality going to be when they walk out and there's no crowd? Listening to commentators at ringside, that's another thing that I've thought about, is because you can, you know, the guys that have boxed at 5:30, 6:30, you know, show openers, they can hear every single voice around. When you're boxing main events and things like that with big crowds, you don't hear what Macklin's saying, what Adam Smith's saying or whatever, you know. But if you're hearing their opinion saying that you're behind, you may react in a way that you wouldn't normally. So you don't know how these elements can happen. But the opponents for these fights, they're not gimmies. They're here to win and they expect to win, you know. Cheeseman expects to beat Eggington. Eggington expects to beat Cheeseman. You know, Simon Vialli, he's a very, very experienced fighter. He's almost, not meaning in a bad way, but he's got an attitude where he likes to intimidate and to bully. So he thinks that he's the man. You know, he's coming up against Fabio, who's on the way up, and you know, he's not going to be intimidated. So in each fight, same with ours ourselves with Belotti, you may have somebody that's a slight favourite, but every single person that you would say is an underdog is a very live underdog, and that's the thing about boxing. Is live underdogs are very, very dangerous.
Well, we cannot wait. And the team have come up with some games today for our guests.
I'm worried about this one.
Some are quite good, some are absolutely terrible. I like this one. You can play along at home. This is called Take 5, where we have to go from fighter A to fighter B by linking opponents. I did explain it to you. You do understand.
Yeah,
I gave you an example.
And I did say to you, my memory's not the best.
Okay, well,
Mr.
you might
Fire.
struggle then, but you be creative. And for those at home, to give you an example, we go, when we talk about go from Jorge Linares to Lee Wood. And we go Linares box Lomachenko, Lomachenko box Rigondeaux, Rigondeaux box Jazza Dickens, Jazza Dickens box Lee Wood. Simples, right? Okay. So David, your first one, of course, is to go from Sam Eggington to Andre Ward.
What?
I'll start you off.
Come on.
Sam Eggington box Paulie Malignaggi. Dave, you've got to work back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, hang on. So Malignaggi, from Malignaggi, who's he?
I've got 5 steps. I've actually thought of a way to do it in 4 steps.
Yeah, because you're looking at the screen.
Yeah, but I knew this before, mate, because I'm actually a genius.
Sure.
Okay. Sam Eggington box Liam Smith. We'll do this one together. Liam Smith box...
Yeah.
Okay.
Liam Smith box, Canelo box. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. I lost my train of thought then. Liam Smith box, Canelo.
Who did Canelo box
Miguel.
that Andre Ward boxed?
Oh, shit. Oh, I had it and it's gone.
I think recently.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone.
Who did Canelo box in his last fight? Moving up the divisions. Jumping up 2 weight classes.
Kovalev
Right.
box.
Okay.
Lord, yeah.
So the actual example was Eggington fought Malignaggi. Malignaggi fought Khan. Khan boxed Canelo. Canelo boxed Kovalev. Kovalev boxed Ward. I just did it in 4.
Mate,
right?
yeah, but you're looking at the screen.
Next
There's
one.
no way I'm
now
getting
you've got this. You've got this, Dave. Manny Pacquiao to David Haye. And I'll give you the first one again because it'll help you. Pacquiao.
Have you got
These
me on
boys
this
know
first
it, they know
so you can embarrass me on this as the first guest on this show?
Pacquiao boxed De La Hoya. Go. You've got to move up the weight class.
Yeah. De La Hoya boxed Hopkins.
Yes.
Hopkins boxed. Hang on. Who did Hopkins box?
This is quite tough, to be fair.
Hang on.
Hopkins boxed.
Can you play some music so they're not bored?
Hopkins boxed someone who's in a big fight on September 12th. A controversial fight. Dave with bloody Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Roy Jones.
Yeah, I know.
Hopkins,
I know that one. I'm trying to work out.
Pac-Man boxed De La Hoya. De La Hoya boxed Hopkins. Hopkins boxed Roy Jones. Who did Roy Jones box?
Macronelli boxed here.
No. Did Roy... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can have that. Oh, you can have that. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that, but it was John Ruiz. But it's fine. I'll let you have that.
I know it's fine. You definitely give me that one, mate.
You've done 2 out of 5 there. Well done, mate. Right, here's one for you.
Go on.
Because you know all about your fighters, don't you? Come on.
Oh, no.
Hopi Price to Chocolatito. Think. And Hopi's only had, what, 4 fights?
He's had 2 fights. Come on, get your fight.
Yeah,
hang on. I know my fighters. Does he know his fighters?
He's that good. I thought I watched him twice. Right. Okay, well, even better then. So, name one of Hopi's opponents.
I know where he boxed.
Okay, Hopi boxed Joel Sanchez, as you remember very well, right?
Yeah,
Who did Joel Sanchez box? Name some of his opponents.
Ed, you're stitching me up. Yeah, this is wrong. This is.
Paddy Barnes. Yeah? Who did Paddy Barnes box?
I don't know.
Hold on. Barker, come in here. Barker, come on.
Who did Paddy Barnes box?
Over here, Darren. Darren won't get this one. I'll tell you. Paddy Barnes boxed Christopher Rosales.
Right.
Christopher Rosales boxed Cal Yafai. Cal Yafai boxed.
Well,
Right. There's one more. There's one more,
okay?
okay? And you can both work on this together.
I want to know,
And
did
it's
you
your
all
fighter.
get that in this same time? That's what I want to know.
It's your fighter as well. And at home, you've got to be working on this as well. We're going from Jordan Gill to Floyd Mayweather in 5 steps. Work on it at home while these two work.
To Floyd Mayweather.
Right. So you got Jordan Gill, your fighter. There's also in there one of your old stablemates at welterweight. An Essex boy.
Purdy.
Correct.
Lee Purdy for Devon Alexander.
Right, yeah, but that's too far. So Jordan Gill boxed a very experienced journeyman called... No?
He's boxed. Do you see his first 16 fights?
Okay. I think he's had 200 fights now, the journeyman. And he's still going.
Now?
Yeah, or he might have just retired.
Christian Late.
Correct.
Right, retired.
Jordan Gill boxed Christian Late.
Right.
Christian Late boxed...
Lee Purdy.
Correct.
Purdy fought Devon Alexander. Devon Alexander fought Floyd Mayweather.
No.
No, he didn't.
What?
No, Alexander fought... hang on. Who did that fought Mayweather? Alexander. No, he didn't fight Mayweather.
Yeah, you're all right till then.
Yeah.
But Devon Alexander fought who boxed Floyd Mayweather?
It weren't Lamont Peterson. Weren't... Fuck. Oh.
So the bloke who beat him?
No, Floyd didn't get beat, mate.
Beat Alexander.
I'll give you a clue. The bloke who fought Floyd got hit by a sucker punch.
Victor Ortiz.
Correct. Bloody hell, you lot. You're supposed to be boxing experts. I thought this was one of our best games, to be fair.
Oh, this
Jordan
this
Gill
is hard,
boxed Christian Lake. Christian Lake boxed Lee Purdy. Lee Purdy boxed Devon Alexander. Devon Alexander boxed Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz boxed Floyd Mayweather.
But if you weren't looking at that, would you have known that?
Of course, Dave, I'm a boxing historian.
But you didn't know Opie Price's record?
Well, it's 4-0, 2-0.
Right.
It's all the same thing,
Okay.
innit? That's why I'm trying to get you to take that tough fight next week.
Yeah, okay.
So, all right, Dave. Right. So, David, final question. Your charge, Jordan Gill.
Okay. Something I know about.
Yeah. Nervous?
I'm always nervous
You're
when my
very
fighter's
close to Jordan, aren't you?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, you've been through the ups and downs with him as well.
Yeah.
It's a massive fight for him. Massive.
It is. And to be honest, I'm nervous about whenever any of my fighters fight. Not, just because I know what it means to him. And for a kid that's gone through everything that he's gone through, even before he came to me, his 18-month inactivity, then, nobody knew who he is, and then all of a sudden, he went like that, headlining bills and stuff like that, and then the dip, then the illness, thinking he's never going to box again. He's had a lot of mixed emotions lately. But I will be honest with you.
What's his confidence like?
Fantastic, right?
Like the Tinoco fight. I mean, is that ruled at like?
Right, you have to be when you come up against hardships and when you get defeated and when things don't go right, you have to acknowledge it. You have to understand it in order to move on. If you just put it to back your head, yes, listen, he was ill, 100%, and people can say what they want, he was ill, 100%. But I still said to him, you lost because you made the wrong decisions in the fight. So little things that he did in that fight, whether or not, because he showed me in round 7, he did his best boxing in the fight in round 7. So he got through all that and still managed to do right in round 7, which showed me that if he'd have kept his decision making right, and if the things that led to knockdowns and things like that, being in that sort of position, he didn't do, he would have still won the fight, despite being ill. So we've never used it as that in the gym, thinking, oh, he's all right, just carry on doing what you're doing. We've worked on things. We've improved as he's improved as a fighter. The sparring he's been getting, talking to him, the mentality. The illness has played a big thing in him because he thought boxing was gone. He thought that was going to be it. And then to come through that, there's certain things that happen in your life that make you more mature as a man. He was 24 when he fought him, 25, but a young 24, 25. Now he's just at 26. He's got married. He's been through all that. He's matured a lot, and he carries himself a lot more mature. You've seen fighters coming through. Some fighters are, they're still young kids, and some fighters mature a lot quicker than others. And I've seen a change in Jordan over the last few months. And you know what? Lockdown's been brilliant. It's been brilliant for us, for preparation, everything. He's done everything right, and he's in a great place. So all he's got to do on Saturday night is not. I'm not being no respect to you. Not give a toss what you're saying. If you lost, that's it. You're end of your career. That I don't believe in that, because so many fighters throughout the career, throughout boxing, get beat, learn from it, keep getting better, and then look at like Johnny Nelson lost 12 times, become world champion for 7 years. Derek Chisora keeps getting beat, keeps coming back. You're only 2 wins away from getting back up there. So don't put all the pressure on yourself as though it's life and death, and then if you get beat, that's it. You need to retire. That's bull.
Oh, mate.
So I'm
I've
not.
got to
So,
sell it, haven't I?
I know you got to sell it, but what I'm saying is,
But
they don't have to buy into
No,
that.
but
every fight is as important as the last
he's got to
one.
win, right?
He's got to win.
Yes.
Yeah, of course he has. But he has to win a normal. A kid that's boxing a 6 round has got to make sure they win that if they want to get up there. It's how boxing is.
Well, you have the honour of kicking off the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed with that.
I know. Don't worry. We'll see how everyone gets on at home. But good luck tomorrow, my friend. Fight number 1, fight camp. Your boy kicking it off.
I'm looking forward to it, and he's looking forward to it. With the clips that we've seen and everything, it's going to be buzzing. It's going to be wicked. It's like an event. It is like an event.
Good, and that's the one we chose to kick off. Jordan Gill against Rhys Belotti, fight number 1 on Fight Camp.
It's been a year of ups and downs, a year of reflection.
I've had bumps in the road, but now it's time to stabilise and move forward.
I didn't know if I'd box again. I didn't know if I'd ever be the same person again.
I'm pushing 30 now, I'm not a prospect anymore.
If he thinks he's going to hunt me down without walking onto some bombs, it's going to be an early night.
I'm a father and a husband, I have a new drive, and I have to provide.
Well, welcome back to Bubble Trouble, and again, apologies for the logo behind me, but I've just heard that we put out a competition to the local primary school, and this is what they come up with. We've just seen David Coldwell's quite poor effort, Fabio. He's still here, so I won't be too harsh, but
He did all right.
I understand that you had a couple of those answers as well.
There was a few in there which I was trying to shout from him from the back, trying to give him a bit of help, but he wasn't hearing.
Okay, well, you've got a couple coming up yourself. First, I want to talk about your fight on Saturday night, Fight Camp. Really excited for you and this fight, because this is almost like the moment where we've seen you knock over some decent fighters, but no one that's really come with the same intentions as Simon Vallily. I'm excited to find out, quite honestly, how good you are.
Yeah.
Excited really for the biggest test so far in your career.
Yeah, massively. This is going to be a massive test for me and a massive opportunity to show as well that although I haven't got the same kind of background as Simon, who's someone who's well decorated as an amateur, he's got comes from a good kind of pedigree of ABA boxing, that I can still beat those guys and move forward and kick on to do something big in the division.
I thought he sold himself quite well yesterday. I mean, he's a volatile young man. He got fiery, but he did mention some stuff that when you're debating the fight, you have to take note of. He's obviously his experience as an amateur, the people that you've boxed so far. It's not your fault. That's just how you develop as a professional. So there are a few people thinking, maybe this Fabio Wardley might not be all that, but this is the kind of stage and the platform to really catapult yourself up there with the likes of Joyce and Dubois and those top young British heavyweights. Yeah,
like if you laid both of mine careers out, mine and Simon's out, and you looked at our backgrounds and our pedigrees and where you come from, he should be the favourite. He should be the one that everyone's talking about to move on to do the bigger things, and everyone's saying that he's the next one up kind of thing. But I think he's shown in the past that there is something lacking in that, whether that be his head or his commitment to the sport or whatever, where sometimes hard work beats skill and what you have already. If you're not willing to put that in the gym and someone comes up against you who is massively ready to put it all on the line on the night, then you're going to come crumbling down. And what better stage to do it on the Fight Camp and show everyone and say, look, there's going to be a lot of eyes on this show and Fight Camp itself to like we've been saying for a while now, have a coming out party. So I'm really excited.
Well, I know that you and Dillian White and the team have wanted that step up for a while. Now it is happening probably a little bit later than we anticipated, but it's here. But when he talks about, and I think he made another valid point, which I don't necessarily agree with, about, he doesn't see that there's necessarily huge amounts of value in the sparring that you've done, but the sparring that you have had in the division has been first class. Tell us a little bit about that. Dillian White, of course, and many rounds with Alexander Usyk as well. Yeah,
I've had the privilege of, from quite an early start as well, being able to spar some of them top boys in the division. So, like Dillian White, Derek Chisora, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, all from just grafting, like I was saying, just putting that in and putting myself out there and saying to these guys, look, I'm willing to come to the gym and put the work in with you. Whatever you need from me, however many rounds you want, however hard you want to go, I'm there to match you and do that. And I think I built up a bit of a reputation of that guy to get in who you need, because sometimes sparring partners can take their job a bit lightly. They're there for a bit of money and they can just come in, do their couple of rounds and they ship off home, where I saw it as an opportunity to prove myself to these people and say, like, no, I can I can go with you there, or I can go to that war with you if that's what you want to do. And I think I think that's where I got a lot of kind of admiration from these guys, that he's young and he's ready to kind of put it in.
Well, Simon Vallily, he's volatile. You know, he has blown hot and cold in his career so far. He looks in great shape and he looks comfortable up at heavyweight. What are you expecting from him? He talked about his ability to outbox you, but do you think he's going to come out on the front foot? Do you expect him to be a little bit wild and reckless early on, or do you think he's going to be a bit more cautious and try and box you over the distance?
I think for a round or two, he'll try and keep his cool head. He'll try and stick to his boxing, stick to his game. But over time, when things aren't working for him, when the jabs are missing, when the punches aren't there that he thought would be there, or I'm not there, when I'm off and I've skated halfway across the ring without you even hitting me, that it's gonna get to his head a bit, and he's gonna result to that just kind of red mist and just go for me and gun forward and throw those big haymakers, and I welcome that, because that's going to be easy to counter.
Good stuff, Fabio. We look forward to your fight. This is our second game of the night. It's called Second Guessing.
Okay.
Don't look at the answers.
Sorry,
we hope this went better than
Dave.
Dave. Okay, so this should be a little bit easier because a lot of them about your career so far.
Okay.
Question number 1. Who did you box in your 5th pro fight?
My 5th pro fight. I think it was my debut of Matchroom as well, and it was Phil Williams.
Correct. 1 out of 1 for the Wardley. Is that?
I'm already ahead of Dave.
Well, all right, Dave. Blimey, you're so competitive, Dave.
Don't want no trouble, Dave. Sorry, mate.
Dave, we're all in quarantine here.
Just have a friendly debate.
You know,
yeah.
Okay. I don't know actually. Right. How many rounds have you boxed in your entire pro career?
Total. 4. 1. 1. 1. 7. 18.
20.
Oh, that's not bad.
Only,
I'll take
it's
that.
not bad. It's wrong.
That's close, though.
Yeah,
it's close.
That's not bad. Yeah, it's only 2 out. What, you know? Okay. This is one not about you. This is an AJ question. AJ has retired several fighters in the ring. Name 2 fighters that never boxed again after they boxed him. And there is about 4 or 5 actually.
Paul Butlin? Is he one?
I actually don't know the answer to that one.
I don't think he's boxed again since.
Okay.
I'll have that one. Cheers.
Okay.
I don't think I've got another.
Well, it's wrong.
Is it wrong?
It's wrong.
Oh.
Let's go for a famous one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time.
Klitschko.
Correct.
That was pretty easy, yeah.
Well done.
I overlooked that one. Cheers. AJ, who else?
I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
I don't know his name.
Okay, there's a few of them. Emanuele Leo, who he debuted again. Matt Legg, Matt Skelton, Michael Sprott, I believe.
Sprott.
As well. And
Leo was the one with the curly hair, but I didn't know his name.
Yeah, possibly. No, that was Zumbano Love.
All right, got that
Zumbano
wrong as well.
Love.
Then.
Yeah, so you're going well on that.
Sack that one off.
Well, only 1 out of 3.
Next.
I fancy you might get this one. Your opponent, Simon Vallily, who did he stop in the ABA semi-finals?
I've done 0 research on him.
Okay, it's a
clue. Can I?
It's a heavyweight from Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
All right. Jesus, a couple of little.
I think it's coming to me. Towers.
Oh, hang about. Stuart's inquiry on that one. No, the team over there. Towers. Right, I'm not sure about that one. But this one I like. This is a good question from the team. Because quite frankly, the other was shit. Right. You share a birthday with 3 of the following 4. But who is the incorrect answer? Brad Pitt. Did you know that?
That's correct. I know that one.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Also correct.
Christina Aguilera.
Pretty sure she's correct as
and
well.
Barack Obama.
Yes, it's not Obama.
You are right. Barack Obama. Correct. You share a birthday with Brad Pitt, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Christina Aguilera. Taking away the Richard Towers shout out, I actually give you 2 out of 5. It's possibly 3 out of 5, but the team was shouting to me. So actually, Dave.
But I did better.
Yeah,
I did do better than Dave.
Borderline saved you, to be honest with you. But Barker's up soon, and we've got a new quiz for him. So, chatted to Dillian White. much ahead of this fight? I mean, he's excited for you in this fight as well. Obviously, he's gonna be tuning in.
He's
I believe
buzzing.
Sky are sending a little Zoom camera or whatever it is.
Are they?
Yeah, to him. So he's going to be tuning in.
Be able to see
what
it.
advice has he given you going into this fight?
Same old advice I get from Dill.
Maximum violence.
Maximum violence. Put the work on him. But nah, he's always been there. He's always been in the corner. Just even throughout camp, the whole time he's been in Portugal, just been checking in, making sure everything's going well, making sure I'm good. So yeah, he's right there supporting in the corner, but he's always saying maximum violence, like the same way he's seen me in sparring and in training and stuff. So he knows what I can do. So he just says, "Now's your time. Show the world."
He hasn't said no to any opponents I've put to him, so he obviously has a lot of belief in you.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's something that he runs through all of us. Like anyone that's attached to him, who's signed to him in any way, he doesn't bring you in if you think you just want to coast through and take it easy and just chill. He will bring you and raise you on the same mentality that he does, and the same mentality he takes for boxing is we take all comers. We take anyone that comes, and anyone that wants it can get it, like he says.
Well, Fabio Wardley against Simon Vallily, it's a cracker. This is hotting up. English heavyweight title, fight 3 on fight week 1 of Fight Camp. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm joined by my #1 first ever signing, dazzling Darren Barker. The show's been a complete disaster so far. The quizzes that we've put together have completely flopped. So we've gone and really pushed the boat out to the final quiz of this fantastic new show, Bubble Trouble. And it's called What's in the Cupboard? Yes. Before we do that,
That's
Darren,
as bad as the logo.
You're looking, yeah. Well, this is a very low-key production, and welcome to the team.
Cheers, mate.
And Darren, you've done a lot of sunbathing today, but I have noticed you have been getting into quarantine. You have been getting into the bubble, and you have been getting very excited about tomorrow night.
Yeah,
walking around actually debating these fights with other bubble members.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm buzzing firstly that boxing's back properly. Do you know what? What I love about this is the fights are so hard to pick. Do you know what I mean? There are favourites, but the percentage win-lose, it's like that. Do you know what I mean? I think the one for me where I think the widest favourite is probably Dalton Smith.
You seem to rate him, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I love how well he's done in the amateurs, that pedigree that he's got, and he's brought it through. Great relationship with his dad who trains him, and I just think he's got everything.
How important is that pedigree? I mean, there's a fighter just joined us on the show, Fabio Wardley, who didn't have that pedigree. I mean, can you rule those guys out?
No, of course you can't.
To elite level, or
of course you can't. Look, when you build a house, you want steady foundations.
I like what you did there.
Yeah. Huh? I'm a product of that. I don't just think the fighting is the main thing. For instance, Dalton, the same as me, we would have travelled all around Europe, going to these tough multi-nations in Eastern Bloc, and you're sharing the same hotel with your opponents. You're having to walk past them, they're growling at you. It's a horrible situation to be in. And for Dalton Smith, walking around, crossing Nathan Bennett in the corridors is going to be nothing.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is strange. Yeah. It would never happen usually, And it's I've said it. The last person I'd want to see during the week of my fight would be my opponent. I don't want to go nowhere near him. I just want to see him in the ring. But that's all. It's not new to Dalton
So you've
Smith.
got an opponent, right?
Yeah.
You're fighting a title fight, and you're in this bubble, and you're walking down the corridor, which, by the way, are about that long.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, your opponent comes the other way.
Yeah.
Do you A, walk past and go?
Is this my quiz?
Yeah. No. No, this is just out of interest, right? So do you walk past and go like that?
Well, you've got wind.
Do you walk past and go, all right, son? Or what do you do?
So, I would do.
I'm fighting you.
Right. So I'm.
Or would you, all right, mate.
Come on then.
Okay.
How you doing, sir? You all right? Do you know what? No, but it's reverse psychology. I just want to look like I'm a bit of a softie. And when the bell goes, I'm double hard. I didn't really play up to all that, but and I'm sure I've seen Dalton walk around. He's not growling at Nathan Bennett because it's just like he believes in his
I think
ability.
the only one that had the potential to do that was Fabio against Simon Vallily. Simon Vallily, actually.
But Simon Vallily scares me. I'm not even fighting him. He's scaring me.
But
You know, he's growling at everyone.
A lot of people giving him a bit of stick because they're saying that Simon Vallily won a Commonwealth Games gold medal, but actually that event is overrated and actually doesn't take a lot of winning.
You take the piss?
What? Oh, blimey, you won my thing. Sorry, mate, I forgot all about that.
No, do you know what, though? I will say it is the easiest of the major tournaments to win.
Okay, I believe
But
you.
you got to be shit hot to win it.
Okay, I believe you. We now move on to what's in the cupboard. Darren, I have 6 items, I believe, in here, and you need to tell me whose items they are. We went into their room. Some people had very little in their room, actually. Firstly, I'm going to pull out what can only be described, and this concerns me because it appears that one of our fighters has smuggled a female into their changing room, because there is no way
They're from
they
the
are
future.
there is no way they are trainers for a male. But anyway, someone literally only had these in his room.
Only had them.
Darren, who would wear shoes like this?
Right, let me have it. Can I hold the shoe?
Oh, you're checking the size. I like that. So you're ruling out the big boys.
Right, it's a 6. That's a 6. Flipping heck.
Do you know what they are? And they are, by the way, these are Balenciagas. They're about 800 quid a pair, something like that.
Right,
I
do you know
thought it was
what?
the shoes. You know when you got one leg longer than the other?
Yeah.
You got to wear one of them. That's what I thought that was.
Right, do you know what? It's a, what did I say it was?
It's a 6.
It's a size 6. Because he's younger, into all of this craziness, I'm going to go with Dalton Smith.
It's the cheddar, Ted Cheeseman. With the
Right, I'm telling you,
Balenciagas.
he's in the doghouse with me.
Okay. This person has been in his room
Ted!
most of the week. This is a PS4 controller.
It's out 2 people.
We know that a lot of people play this, but this particular individual has been on this.
There's
for most of
2
the
though.
week.
There's 2, Dave. I've seen 2 people play PlayStation. It's out of Rhys Belotti and his opponent.
That's Jordan Gill.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that reverse psychology? You trying to trick me?
Because he wants. He don't want to come last.
I'm pretty sure when I see Rhys playing the PlayStation, it was a blue controller.
Oh,
So I'm going to go Jordan Gill.
Oh, he's wrong again.
What?
It's Rhys Belotti, dazzling. Dear, oh dear. The pressure is on. Let me pull one out that I do think you'll get.
Oh, dear me.
Now this is a good luck charm. You may have seen this being worn by a fighter all week, and particularly at the weigh-in. Who doesn't know we've got it? Are you serious? You
No,
don't know who is?
that's Rhys Belotti, right?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Even though I just pulled out something else from Rhys Belotti's room.
You can't give him chances.
I don't look at fighters' chests and what they're wearing. What are you... Yeah.
You're out of time, son. That's Dalton Smith. He wears it everywhere he goes. He wears it when he weighs in. And it's available at matchroomboxing.com for £79.99. Right.
Cheers, mate.
You won't get this one. The Champion's Mind. How great athletes think, train, and thrive. It's not mine. Bear in mind, Dalton Smith.
Yes.
Ted
I
Cheeseman. Now,
get
this is
it.
how
Rhys
you play the
Belotti,
game,
Jordan,
so,
yeah. I get it. Right, I'm going to say, because I think he's a very articulate, intelligent man, I'm going to go with the bloke who's in the room, Fabio Wardley.
Hey! No, it's James Tennyson. So, Dal, you're absolutely flying at the moment.
This game show is to make you look $1 million,
because
and everyone else a prat.
They wrote the questions, they tested him on me, and I got 15 out of 15.
All right.
So, we've only got 2 more. This one.
What is that?
It is a massage gun. Okay? And it's out of battery. Bearing in mind, we've named a number of fighters. Who has been going to work with this bad boy in the bubble this week?
No bubbles withstanding that. Right, hold on a minute. He's not giving anything away there. Let's go with Sam Eggington.
No, it's wrong. No, it's not. It's right. It is
Well,
right.
have I got one more?
Right. Yeah, you got that one right. You got one more.
Yes, good
You got one more. All right, Dave. He's at it again over there.
He's had an extra go.
Right. It's a bonus question.
Harry Potter.
Who has with him a Hogwarts notepad that writes down his tactics inside? in
All right,
Harry Potter style?
okay. I'll go back to this and saying that the person I thought this was is articulate, intelligent, etc. A bit of a thinker. So I'm going to say the Hogwarts is Fabio Wardley.
You're saying that Fabio Wardley
Well, I'm trying to
is
say.
into his Harry Potter, and that
Well,
and he has a notebook, and he's a bit of a nerd. Is that what you're saying to the 6'7" heavyweight over there?
But genuinely a weirdo.
Dave, whose is that?
I don't know.
It's Jordan Gill. Dave, this is worrying. This is a Hogwarts diary with his tactics in for the fight, and you don't even know he's got it.
But didn't
I
you
hope
say
they're the
we're
same ones you've been telling him.
I thought we already had a Jordan Gill answer.
I thought
No.
one was Jordan's. 'cause he
No. Okay, listen, guys, I've got to say, I'm not even sure this show is going to air tonight. It was a complete waste of time, but thank you for your time to our guests, Darren Barker, Fabio Wardley, Dave Coldwell. Before we go, there will be 3 more bubble troubles,
Okay.
which I bet right now you're watching this absolutely, literally buzzing about back home.
Are you going to change the logo?
No, we're in now. We can't even leave, can we? So we can't even get another logo. But Darren, tomorrow night we will go up to the Matchroom HQ. You've been there before. You've had press conferences there before. You've been in the gardens. 8 individuals, 10 individuals rather. 5 fights. Fight camp week 1. It's all on the line. Going to throw up some surprises.
Yeah, without a doubt. But one thing's for sure. I cannot see there being a boring fight. I'm not just saying this to sell it and because I'm standing next to the boss. But when I look at the fights, I think to myself, they just got the ingredients to be perfect.
Do you think there's pressure on these guys to be in exciting fights as well? I mean, I know that obviously everyone's just saying we just need to get the victory. But when this opportunity presents yourself on this kind of platform, if you can couple victory with an exciting performance, it's double. It's double bubble.
Oi. Well, I just got to look at Nathan Bennett, I guess, to name one. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is huge for him. For me, personally, being an ex-fighter, there's always an element of pressure. You know, even if you're sparring, you want to perform well, you want to, get off the stuff you're practicing. I think it would be similar. But once that bell goes, you sort of go into a trance and you just get down to business. You know, when I used to fight, I wouldn't really pay attention to the crowd anyway. You kind of know it's there, but wouldn't really listen to it. So I just think they're going to be action-packed fights, and I will say, may the best men win.
Thank you, Darren. Well, we have one more sleep in the bubble, in quarantine to go till we break out of here. You can see what it's done to us as individuals, but we're nearly there. Tomorrow night, it all unfolds at the Matchroom HQ.